Hey there, guys, and thank you for coming back to my review channel for today's review. Let's talk about Shaq Fu, a legend reborn. And Shaq Fu, let me tell you, this game was available for Super Nintendo, and I loved it on Super Nintendo. Although I personally don't know where my copy ever went. To be honest, I don't really know whatever happened to my Super Nintendo. Um, I just feel like that was something that just disappeared. I don't know. But I never really got to finish the game. Got into it though. It was definitely a great fighting game in my opinion. And then I picked this up. I saw this at GameStop in Patchogue. And I was shocked because personally myself, I had no idea that this even existed. I didn't know it was a thing for the Switch. And this is something about collecting Switch games is that if you go somewhere and you see a game that you want and it's used, buy it because you'll probably never see it ever again. And personally, I've been playing Nintendo Switch probably since about it's either 2020 or 2021, and I've never seen this game. And I picked this one up for a gem of a price. I feel like I picked this up for like under $15. Oh, this one I paid $14.24, so it was $15. So $14.24. So it's like $16 and change, like $16.40 for this game altogether. Maybe a little lower than that. But either way, very happy with this one. It's a one-player game. You don't need anybody else though. If you're playing this and you have company around, it's hilarious. All the audio in this game is done by Shaquille O'Neal. That's right, Big Diesel himself, right there. And he just wants to learn the best kung fu, and he's learning. And you learn moves, and you fight people, you fight demons, you fight. It's absolutely outrageous. It's probably the most outrageous game. I don't know if it's the most outrageous game I have in my collection. I have over 115 games. I don't know if this is the most outrageous game I have in my collection, but this is definitely one of the top 5 most ridiculous games I think I have ever played. So, this is made by a company called Wired, I believe, Wired Productions. I don't know if this was limited release, but and what I mean by that is I don't know how many copies were made. I would imagine something like this, though, is incredibly niche. And for the people that are fans of Shaquille O'Neal, this is like a collector's item. Like, I would love to be able to find Shaquille O'Neal and get him to sign this, because to me, that would just make it, for me, it would just make it that much more worth it. Now, Wired, I don't know, I got something wrong with my sinuses. Sorry about that. I'm very sniffly. Now, Wired had a promotion with this game when this game came out. And inside of here, I'm not going to show you the code, but they had a thank you for playing rewards card there. We'll put this like this, so there's nothing too crazy. They had the rewards code, and they would tell you how to enter your code and all of that, 3 easy steps to claim, what to do with it. And the reason why I'm not showing it is because there was one of the grand prize. Now, this code, I haven't tried to claim it, but the grand prize of this, I think it's expired since then. Reward subject to availability, code expires December 31st, 2018. So that lets you know roundabouts when this game came out. It had a promotional code in it that expired in 2018. So, this game says 2018 Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, developed by Big D's Productions, published by Wired. But, Big D's. The coolest part of this game on the Switch. Now, if you notice right here, it says bonus FU content. Free additional content. You know what the free additional content is? Have you ever wanted to play a game with Barack Obama? Maybe. Well, if you haven't, this game If you haven't thought of that, this game has a Barack Obama version of Shaquille O'Neal. It's basically a Barack Obama skin, but it's got all of Barry's voice and audio clips. And let me tell you, I didn't realize how much I enjoyed listening to Barack Obama's voice, like just in a game though, not as a politician, but in a game, it's pretty comical. They did a really good job. They clipped him up really well. Barry's gonna have to smack a bitch, but it's definitely a wild game. And that special mode on it, in all honesty, so you play Shaq Fu for a couple hours, you get into it, but over time you'll get tired because the boards are like the same board over and over and over again. But there's new lines, like he says new things, so it keeps you entertained. If you enjoy Shaq, you'll keep coming back to it because the audio in this is, the music is but I enjoy listening to Shaquille O'Neal talk, and the way he talks to people is just crazy. Like I never would have thought that Shaquille O'Neal could be in an RPG, but that's what this is. This is a Shaquille O'Neal RPG. Now, on the flip side of it, you have Barry Fu. Here's the back of the box, just so you guys can see all the artwork and fun stuff. And it'll play on the TV. It'll play with the Joy-Cons separated out. You can have the Switch not docked. And then it'll play on a Switch Lite. And it works with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. There's no amiibo function with this game whatsoever, just so you know. And it's 100% physical on the cartridge, which means that in 15, 20 years, you can come back and you can play this game on your Switch or your Switch 2, as they are backwards compatible. And games that I've found that are from the Switch's early life cycle are really, really difficult to find. Like if you're looking for something from 2017 and 2018, it's going to be really, really difficult because right now it's 2025 and you're looking for a game that's 7 years old. Yeah, there might be a lot of copies available, but with the Switch 2 being backwards compatible, all those people that held on to those old games, they're going to continue to hold on to them. So I definitely like this one. And for me personally, as a collector, collecting Switch games, collecting physical media, something with Shaquille O'Neal, the crossover basketball to Switch, I'm just loving it. I'm just loving it. And this was available, Shaq Fu was also available for the Sega Genesis. I don't want to knock that one out of there. It was available for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. I don't know if it was available. That didn't come out for a regular Nintendo. I feel like it should have, but regular Nintendo was at the way end of its life cycle by then, and I don't think it would have worked that well. But I do remember it being for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Very happy to have picked this one up. It's a very nostalgic feel too. And like I said, even with Barry Fu in it, it's very. It still remains to have that Shaq-esque to it. Although I do wish, looking forward on this, if they do decide to redo this, which I don't know if they are, considering that the Super Nintendo version of this came out, and I feel like 96, maybe 97. No, that's too late. It probably came out in like 94 or 93 when Shaquille O'Neal was crushing it as the basketball star that he was. Before he was doing commercials for the General. Go to the General and save some time. But it's just, I don't even know how to describe it. This game is just, it's a gem. And if you haven't played it, you should try it. You can probably pick it up for really cheap, but I would expect that as the Switch 2 continues to roll, and the prices of games go up. Have we seen the prices of those Switch 2 games? I'm not too thrilled with that. Or the price of the Switch 2 for that matter. So that means that all of these games are going to go up in value. Not just because they're physical media, but because they're going to become hard to find. And people now can play them in their Switch 2. So why wouldn't you enjoy that on your Switch 2? That probably looks really cool. I bet the Switch 2 has better graphics. It plays at a higher resolution. So it probably looks even better on a Switch 2. So I can't believe that I picked this up. I can't believe that I was able to find the copy physical. It's all on there. It doesn't need any downloads. It's just amazing. So I love it. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. And that's what the FU content is there. It's special. They don't advertise it on the box. Nowhere on the box does it say anywhere about Barry Fu. But when you put it in there, you scroll down the menus, and then it's there right off the jump. You don't got to do anything extra. You could buy this game just for Barry Fu. And but there's no reference to it on this. Once you open up Shaq Fu, it's inside their menus. You can play some Barry Fu. But it's definitely a cool, fun game. I enjoy it. It's definitely, I would feel like it's satire of any fighting game that I can think of. What comes to mind when I play this would be Double Dragon for the Nintendo. If you play Double Dragon, you already know how most of those games roll. So it's literally a side scroller. You beat everybody on the side of the board and you move on. You beat everybody again and you move on. You beat everybody again and you move on. You get to the end of the stage, you fight a boss. You beat the boss, you move on. The next stage opens up. It's more of the same. Complete the board, you know? So I like this though. I still cannot believe this. And it says that there's going to be content available after launch. I don't know what that's about. And I'll read you what the back says. And that says it right here. Content available after launch. I don't know what that's about. In Shaq Fu, players take control of the unstoppable Shaquille O'Neal as he fights his way through hordes of hell and Hollywood. Defeat dozens of enemies as Shaq learns new moves, travels to unique locations, and battles legions of the damned. At the end of each journey, Shaq must face down a powerful boss ripped straight from tabloid headlines. So it's wild. It's just wild. It's just wild. So you want to check it out, you should check it out. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, available for the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, it came out in 2018, so it might be harder to find. But I definitely, if I had the ability to meet Shaquille O'Neal, I would get him to sign this. I would absolutely get Shaquille O'Neal to sign this. Because that would be so cool to have Shaq Fu and then have him sign it. So, as always, guys, my name is Johnny5. If you enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed making it, and you can tell I definitely enjoyed making this review. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Show me something in the comment box down below. If you're new to this channel, you should subscribe in the corners and ring that bell. If you like Switch content, there's a lot more Switch content coming out for you guys. So you're going to want to keep it locked right there. Subscribe and click that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And in addition to me, I hate to see I'm part of a team, but the fact is we are part of a team. We're all part of a team. We're all cogs in the machine if you really think about it. But I'd like to share with you guys two of the closest friends that I know. And you know what? You check them out. You check out their content. Let them know that Johnny5 sent you over there. So the first one, Jay Gleazy. Jay Gleazy is a jack of all trades, master of none. Hunting, camping, fishing, DIY projects, bottle cap collection, and then he recently includes his little doggy Boone, so check him out there. And then below him, I'll have Cobra Snake. Cobra Snake is a retro video gamer. I get the pleasure of working with him at Windorama. Retro video gamer, and he has all the tips and tricks for all of the old retro games that you can play on your Switch. They made the Switch ports available. South Park, Legacy of Kain, Dead Island, Dark Souls, Shadows of Mordor, Final Fantasy, just to name a few. His link will be in the description box down below. And you guys, be good, be safe, and I will catch up with you guys on the next one. You guys are the best. I love my taters. Be good, be safe, guys. Later, taters.